So the PFI Rally remand report has been accessed by Times Now. In the remand report submitted by the Allapura police at the Allapura First Class Judicial Magistrate Court, it says that with the intention of hurting sentiments of Hindus and Christians and to create enmity between communities, the accused has intentionally carried the minor on the shoulders and made the child chant slogans. That's the big update coming in. This is the remand report, which says that the child was made to give out these chants. Remember the first reaction that had come in from the PFI when they said this was not a part of that chant at all. Now, the remand report very clearly says that the child was made to chant these slogans. Vivek Karindaram, who has accessed this report, joining us live. Vivek, this is very, very crucial. As the main accused is sent to 14-day judicial custody, the remand report very clearly saying that the child was made to chant these death threats.
Exactly. This is indeed a very, very and a crucial report that's been submitted in the Supreme Court by the Allapura South Police, wherein this remand report, it clearly says that with the intention to create communal enmity between communities and also to destroy the communal harmony in the state, this particular boy, this young boy was even forced to chant slogans, which is very, very visible in this video. And also they have also made a very, very important point in this particular remand report, saying that PFI members and also the person who also mentioned about the person who has carried this young boy on the shoulders. It says that he was carried on the shoulders, and the kind of slogans that's been chanted by the young boy is extremely dangerous. This is something which is against the Hindus and the Christian community in Kerala. There is death threats.
Very, very clearly a death threat, Vivek. And now the remand report very clearly saying that as well. Pranesh is also joining us. And Pranesh, this is a massive Times Now impact, because first, remember, no case was booked at all. Then the PFI tried to distance itself, saying, no, this was not a chant that we had given out. This remand report very clearly says that the child was made to give these death threats.
And what's interesting, Pratibha, is that this is the police saying it, not Times Now, because many people said that, look, this is one-sided narrative. This is a fact. This is the police report accessed by the channel that broke the story first, that this was not an ordinary rally. That what was done was carefully choreographed, planned to the last detail, and it's not just about this child being carried on the shoulder of this man, whoever he is. It is also about all those people who are repeating and chanting with the child. Now the PFI came up with a bizarre excuse and said that, look, even we were surprised to find out from media reports when the tape went viral that the child was saying this. But that is only an excuse. Let's not fall for it. Even if you remove the child for a moment, what about all the other people in the rally? Obviously, card-carrying members of the PFI, SDPI, what have you, they were all echoing every word that the child was chanting. And what was he chanting? He said, time is up for Hindus and Christians. We will also play out this tape once again with the translation so that our viewers understand what we are talking about. And the report now that we have, in fact, the report says that this was done with the intention of hurting the sentiments of Hindus and Christians to create enmity between communities. And you have more reactions coming in. Pratibha. Vinod Bansal of the BHP now joining us. Vinod Bansal साहब, thank you for speaking to Times Now. ये हमने Times Now पे दिखाया था हेट टेप PFI का, जिसमें एक छोटा बच्चा उससे ये नारे लगवा रहे थे कि हिंदू क्रिश्चियन तुम्हारा समय खत्म, अब तुम मरोगे. अब पुलिस का वहां का जो रिपोर्ट है सर, वो हमको मिला है और उसमें वो कह रहे हैं कि ये दंगा भड़काने के लिए किया था इन्होंने.
Definitely, they are going to destabilize the country. और वो बेसिकली न सिर्फ हैटर्ड बल्कि ये भारत विरोधी एजेंडा का हिस्सा है बेसिकली. और ये कोई नई बात नहीं है पीएफआई की. दे आर गोइंग टू डू इट ऑन रिपीटेड बेसिस ऑन मनी ओकेजन्स एंड एवरीवेयर इन द कंट्री. इनका एजेंडा ये है कि भाई नफरत फैलाओ और अपनी राजनीतिक रोटियां सेको और प्लस देश के अंदर इस्लामिक जिहाद को बढ़ावा दो. तो ये इन सब चीजों पर पूर्ण विराम लगने की जरूरत है। अब जिस तरह से यासीन मलिक अंदर गया है, अब इन PFI को भी इसको बैन करने की जरूरत है। और ये जो बात है वो कोई नई।
आप जिस व्यक्ति से बात कर रहे हैं उन्होंने आपके कॉल।
Thank you, Mr. Bansal, for speaking to us. Richa, Times
Yes.
Now has accessed the report now. We were the first to break this hate tape. Let's play it out. Here is hate in its crude form.
All right, let me also now go across to Tom Varakan joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Varakan, your response to this, report that we have accessed, it clearly says that the entire incident of this chants were with the intention of hurting the sentiments of Hindus and Christians and to create enmity between communities. Because remember, children were used to spew this venom.
Well, let me first congratulate Times Now for having put out this story. Now, this is a police version too. So this is backed by facts. Now, the child was only lisping what the person who was, I mean, it's visual, the visual is clear, indicative that his movement of his lips clearly indicate he was, trying to coach the child to say what he wanted. And then the others who were in the chorus are essentially people, PFI card holders. So the entire thing is choreographed by the PFI. I think this requires strict action. Because the message is very clear what their intention and agenda is. There's mention about Azadi. Now that's not that's echoing from somewhere else. And then the other issue is threat to Christians and Hindus. Now the point is, it doesn't say the community, but it clearly mentions the funeral rites. So be ready for your funeral. We are coming. We are the executioners. I understand Malayalam very well, so I can understand the gist of it. And the child was only repeating what his elders were doing. I think immediate action should be called for.
Absolutely.
And I think both the central and the state government must act, because this is purely anti-national.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Varakan, for joining us here on Times Now. We'll keep a close watch on what is